is given this title, Poets and Pancakes? This is a very important question. Poets here refers to like the lyrics writer, story writer, fine. Those people, those who write in the film industry, those people are referred to as the poets. And Pancake is the brand name of the cosmetics that was used in the Gemini studio, fine. So now here, Poets and Pancakes, this is a very important title, and you must know the meaning of this, like why it is given this title. Now, Ashoka Mitran, a Tamil writer, recounts his years at Gemini Studio in his book My Years with Boss, which talks of the influence of movies on every aspect of life in India. Now, first of all, the important thing is like the author of this lesson is Ashoka Mitran. Fine. Ashoka Mitran, like in this lesson, he describes his days with S.S. Vasan. S.S. Vasan, who was the founder of the Gemini Studio, right? So he describes in this lesson his days with S.S. Vasan and like the life at the Gemini Studio, like what work was done by different people. So he has very beautifully explained the character of each and every person and the responsibility shared by each and every person in the Gemini Studios. Now, Gemini Studio is located in Chennai and was set up in 1940. It was one of the most influential film producing organizations in India in the early days of Indian filmmaking. Its founder was S.S. Vasan. The duty of Ashoka Mitran in Gemini Studio was to cut out newspaper clippings on a wide variety of subjects and store them in files. Sometimes this question may also come in 2 marks answer, like what is the responsibility of the author in the Gemini Studio, what job he used to do, fine. So his task in the Gemini Studio was to sit in a cubicle, means in a very small office, 2 by 2. He used to sit there and he used to take out the clippings from the newspapers related to the film industry, fine. As you can see, like in the Dainik Bhaskar or Hindustan Times, they are loaded with the information, news material related to the film industry, related to Bollywood. So all these clippings are cut out by the author and he used to paste them in a file. So this was the task of the author. And so many of these had to be written out by hand. Although he performed an insignificant function, he was the most well informed of all the members of the Gemini family. In the following is an excerpt from his book, My Years with Boss. Now, this lesson is taken from his book, that is My Years with the Boss. And boss here refers to this S.S. Vasan. S.S. Vasan, who was the founder of the Gemini Studio. So now, as I've told you, like Ashoka Mitran, he used to cut out the clippings from the newspapers related to the film industry of this Bollywood. So now he used to cut out, and while cutting, he used to have the information related to each and every member, like what the other person is doing, because like while cutting he used to glance upon the different people also through his window. So like he was observing everyone, so that is why he was able to give us the beautiful description of each and every member of the Gemini Studio. Now I'm starting with the explanation part of the lesson. Pancake was the brand name of the makeup material that Gemini Studio bought in truckloads. Greta Garbo must have used it and must also have used it, but Rati Agnihotri may not have even heard of it. The makeup department of the Gemini Studios was in the upstairs of a building that was believed to have been Robert Clive's stables. Now see, Pancake, as in the beginning also I told you, this is the brand name of the makeup material. Like for example, you have heard these days, like you can hear Lakme is the brand name, fine. And L18, there are so many other brands also, fine. So in the past, there used to be a brand name that is the Pancake, and that was used by the actors of the Gemini Studio. And it used to be purchased in huge quantity because it is to be applied on all the actors, those who are performing roles in the film industry. Now, this Pancake, this brand name of the cosmetic was used by Rati Agnihotri, was used by Greta Garbo, but Rati Agnihotri may not have used this brand. Why so? Because see, Rati Agnihotri during her time, like this brand was changed, so that is why she must not have used it. Now, the makeup department of the Gemini Studio was in the upstairs of a building that was believed to have been Robert Clive's stables. There used to be Robert Clive's room, stable where the horses are kept. So that is also the thing. And here it refers to Robert Clive's room. So now this makeup department was in the upstairs. There is a room in this place, that is Gemini Studio. A dozen other buildings in the city are said to have been his residence. For his brief life and even briefer stay in Madras, Robert Clive seems to have done a lot of moving, besides fighting some impossible battles in remote corners of India and marrying a maiden in Mary's Church in Fort St. George in Madras. Now see what happened. Like there are many other places also, many other houses also he has taken in Chennai. And apart from this stable, and he used to perform in the like the fighting scenes also in this Gemini Studio. Fine, he used to perform some roles also, fighting some impossible battles in remote corners of India. And he married a maiden. Maiden means an unmarried girl. And he married a maiden in Mary's Church in Fort St. George, and that too in Madras. Fine. Now from here I'm starting, this is a very important part, and related to this, every time there used to be a question either of 2 marks or of 6 marks. The makeup department of the Gemini Studio, very important. The makeup room had the look of a hair cutting salon with lights at all the angles, around half a dozen large mirrors. Now, as you all have observed that in the salon, like what is there? So many incandescent lights are there, like the large mirrors are there in front of our eyes where we are sitting, and large mirrors are there, and from every nook and corner, there are the big incandescent lights are there. So now if the same is here, like here there is this hair cutting salon, and there were the lights at different angles and half a dozen large mirrors. So like you can easily understand that the mirrors are there. So like the light is coming from different angles, so that is reflected from the mirrors. And they were all incandescent lights, so you can imagine the fiery misery of those subjected to makeup. Now those people, those who used to sit in this makeup department, obviously so many incandescent lights were there. Fine. So they used to give heat also, they used to emit light and heat also. So now it used to be a fiery misery to all those people, those who used to come, fine, for the makeup. So that is why it was like while having the makeup, they used to they used to perspire also because of the extreme heat. The makeup department was first headed by a Bengali who became too big for a studio and left. Now, this is also one of the questions, like how can you say that the makeup department of the Gemini Studio was a symbol of national integration? So like for this question, the answer starts from here. Means national integration means like, for example, you can understand like in our country, different states are there, fine. Bengali, Maharashtra, Bengal, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Punjab, Gujarat. So this means like people from different states, they were working in the makeup department of the Gemini Studio. So that is why it is called as the symbol of the national integration. So I'll be giving you the explanation, like who were the people, those who were working in the makeup department. So first it was headed by a Bengali who became too big for a studio and left. Now in the beginning it was started like it used to be headed by a Bengali, but due to some of the other problem he left. He was succeeded by a Maharashtrian who was assisted by a Dharwar Kannadiga, an Andhra, a Madras Indian Christian, an Anglo-Burmese, and the local usual local Tamils. I want all of you to underline this line, it's very important. So now see, later on when this Bengali he left, then this makeup department, it was headed by a Maharashtrian. Now Maharashtrian was there, and then he was supported. He had a strong team also, and he was supported by a Dharwad Kannadiga. So you have to memorize all these names. Like first it was a Bengali, then there was a Maharashtrian. Maharashtrian was supported by this Dharwad Kannadiga, then an Andhra, a person from the Andhra Pradesh, then a Madras Indian Christian, then an Anglo-Burmese, fine, and the local usual Tamils. As this is in Chennai, so all the local Tamils were there. They used to do the makeup of the crowd. So now all these were there, and they used to support their leader. That is, the person was a Maharashtrian. All this shows that there was a great deal of national integration long before AIR. AIR, that is All India Radio, and Doordarshan began broadcasting programs on national integration. So now, like when All India Radio and the Doordarshan, that is the national television, when they started broadcasting, telecasting the serials or the programs on the national integration, before that it was started by Gemini Studio. What was started? That the Gemini Studio started presenting a beautiful image of national integration by giving jobs to different people from the different states. Correct? Now, this gang of nationally integrated makeup men could turn any decent looking man into a hideous crimson hued monster with the help of truckloads of pancake and a number of other locally made potions and lotions. Now, see, as you all know, and you may have seen in the dramas also, if you have participated in any drama on the stage, so you have seen like any person who is going to perform on the stage, and as you know, that on the stage extra lights are there, so many, you know, the bulbs are there, so many lights are there, so that is why the makeup is to be very heavy. So in the same manner, in the Gemini Studio also, those who were the performing the roles, the actors and actresses, they used to be, you know, on their faces, huge amount of makeup was applied, lotions and potions, creams and all these things, they were applied, heavy makeup was done, so that, because see, if we would look upon the person, then the person would look like a monster, he would look like a ghost. But when the person is seen on the screen, like after the shooting, then the person looks very beautiful because of this heavy makeup. Fine. So this makeup is very important on the face of these actors and the actresses. So now those were the days of mainly indoor shooting, and only 5% of the film was shot indoors. Now, for example, you have seen also like Yash Johar and the Badjatyas and all those, you know, these directors, they love shooting their films outdoor. Outdoor means like abroad. Like, for example, like Yash Johar, as you know, that he loved many a times to shoot the films in Singapore, Switzerland. These were his favorite destinations. But see, during those times, like in the Gemini Studio, the people, the directors, they also did not have too much of budget also, so that is why they used to shoot the films indoors. Indoor means within the country, they cannot even think of moving outside, and only very rarely, like 5% was possible that they can shoot outside. I suppose the sets and studio lights needed the girls and boys to be made to look ugly in order to look presentable in the movie, that I've already shared with you. Like the heavy makeup was done on the faces of the people. So, like because of this heavy makeup, if we look at the person face to face, really, then the person would look like a ghost because of the heavy makeup, dark makeup. But if the person is seen on the screen, then the person looks very beautiful and smart. A strict hierarchy was maintained in the makeup department. Now, this is another very, very important question. Students, just take care. I'm telling you the important questions. Till now, I have told you 3 questions, and now this is the 4th question. So just keep on marking, put a star mark, so that will help you later on. A strict hierarchy was maintained in the makeup department. Now, what is the meaning of hierarchy? Hierarchy means, for example, like if we take an example of a family, in a family, the family is headed by the senior person, that is the father, after that the mother, and then the eldest son or the daughter, and so on. Fine. For example, in any institution, it is headed by the director, then comes the deputy director, and then the assistant, and the so on, it is headed by. So in the same manner, this makeup department, there was also a hierarchy, a system was maintained, a channel was maintained, so that nobody should try to overtake any other person. If a person wants to move or reach to the director, a channel has to be followed, so that the person must not try to overtake any other person. So now, what is this hierarchy? Just underline. The chief makeup man made the chief actors and actresses ugly. This means, as I've told you, that in the makeup department, it was headed by a Maharashtrian. Fine. So Maharashtrian was the head. So now this chief makeup man, he used to make the chief actor and actresses, for example, the main actors and actresses ugly. This is a sarcasm. Ugly is the sarcastic remark. Actually, the context is that he wants to, like, as I've told you, in on really, when we look upon the person would look ugly and like a monster. But if the person will be seen on the screen, then the person would look very beautiful and, very smart also. So the chief makeup man made the chief actors and actresses ugly, and his senior assistant. Now see, first is the chief makeup man, after that is the senior assistant, then the junior assistant, and so on. This hierarchy is maintained. His senior assistant, the second hero and heroine. Underline, keep on underlining these lines. It's very, very important. And if you'll simply focus the lines which I'm telling, the line to line explanation, you'll not have any problem in answering any question related to this lesson. And this lesson is very, very important from the board point of view also. A bit tricky also. So now second hero. So his senior assistant, the second hero and a heroine, the junior assistant, the main comedian. Now, the junior assistant, he used to make the faces of the comedians ugly, and so forth, means in the same manner, the same sequences followed. The players who played the crowd were the responsibility of the office boy. Now, see, in this lesson, we are dealing with the different characters. First, I have told you, the first and foremost, we have studied the character of the author, that is Ashoka Mitran. And what is his responsibility in this lesson, that also I have told. Now, after that, there is the Robert Clive, but Robert Clive's character is not so much important. So straight away we have discussed the national integration. Now we have discussed the hierarchy that is maintained in the makeup department. Now there is a very, very important character, very important. I'm saying, just keep it in your mind. The important character is the office boy in the Gemini studio, in the makeup department, especially in the makeup department. Fine. So now even the makeup department of the Gemini studio had an office boy. Now office boy, what is his work? Office boy, he used to do the makeup of the crowd. As you have seen in the movies also, like the crowd is also there. For example, any scene is to be shot on the roadside. Fine. So the crowd has to be there, and the crowd is, crowd's makeup is also done, because they are also supposed to look presentable on the screen. So that is the responsibility of the this office boy. Now, on the days when there was a crowd shooting, you could see him mixing his paint in a giant vessel and slapping it on the crowd players. Now, see this office boy. Now we are studying the character. So, like, keep on underlining or put a star mark so that you'll be able to understand. Now, what is this responsibility of this office boy? This office boy, he used to have a giant vessel, means a very big vessel, a big bowl he used to carry, and in that he used to mix huge amount of makeup material, that is the lotions and the potions. He used to have a good mix of the makeup of this brand, that is Pancake, and that is used to be slap. He used to simply slap, like, on the faces of the crowd, because like the crowd is not to be focused by the camera. So that is why it's not very important that the crowd's makeup is to be done in a very refined manner, in a very polished manner. So like crowds faces, they were slapped with the makeup that is done by this office boy. So now the idea was to close every pore on the surface of the face in the process of applying the makeup. Now see this office boy, why it is said that he is used to slap on the faces of the crowd, because simply the task that is given to this person is to cover the pores. Like on our faces there, the pores are there, fine, the black marks are there, something like that is there. So that is why by using these lotions and potions, his responsibility is to make the face of the crowd look beautiful and presentable, to cover all the pores so that the person should not look ugly on the screen. He wasn't exactly a boy. He was in his early 40s, having entered the studios years ago in the hope of becoming a star actor or a top screenwriter, director, or lyrics writer. He was a bit of a poet. Now, this is also a very important question. Like, what is the what is the dream of this office boy when he entered in the Gemini studio? I am again and again dictating you the important questions, though I have already given you the worksheets also related to each and every lesson. But I'm telling you so that you'll be able to connect with me right now. So like the question is like, what is the responsibility of the office boy in the Gemini studio, and what was his dream when he entered here? So first thing we must understand, for example, when we hear this word now, office boy, so all of a sudden the idea that comes into our mind is that the person may be a teenager. That is why he is called as an office boy. But actually the person was not at all a teenager. He was in his 40s. Fine. So he was in early 40s. Early 40s means like 40, 41 and till 45, and late 40s means 46 to 50, that we have discussed many times in the class also, I told you. So he was in his early 40s, and see, he had a dream. Like when he entered in the Gemini studio, he thought that he would become a top actor, a star actor, a top screenwriter, or a director and a lyrics writer. So these were the four possibilities that he dreamt of before entering. What were the possibilities? I'm again repeating. First, he thought that he would become a star actor. If that is not possible, then he would become a top screenwriter, that is the story writer. If that is also not possible, then he would become the director, and then the lyrics writer, that is the music, like the writing the lyrics for these songs. But all the things were not possible, and he was a bit of a poet, means like he had the poetic talent inbuilt, but he could not make use of that because the, you know, the owner of this Gemini studio, that is SS Vasan, he was not able to see the talent of this person, and so that is why he was simply doing the task of a office boy, that is covering the pores of the crowd. Now, in those days, I worked in the cubicle. I refers to the author, that is Ashoka Mitran. Now, as in the beginning also, I've told you like what is the task that is done by Ashoka Mitran. So now we'll be studying in detail like what was the work that was done by this person. In those days, I worked in a cubicle, two whole sides of which were French windows. Now see what happened here. Like as I told you that he used to work in a cubicle. Cubicle means a very small room, 2 by 2, you can understand, very small room. And in that room, there used to be a window also. So two whole sides of which were French windows. I didn't know at that time that they were called as the French windows. Now in that particular room, there were the windows also, and those windows are called as the French windows. French windows means the windows which had the sliding doors. Fine. So those windows were there, and seeing me sitting at my desk tearing up the newspapers day in and day out, most people thought I was doing next to nothing. Now see, he used to sit on his table and chair that was next to the, or very close to the window. Now the people passing in front of the window of this room, of this cubicle, they used to point upon this author, like what he is doing. He is an idle person, IDLE, not doing anything commendable. So like the people, they used to comment upon this person. Why? As I've told you in the beginning also, that his task was to tear up or to cut out the clippings from the newspapers related to the film industry and paste them in a file. I feel that I wish also whatever I'm explaining straight away should enter into your mind, and it should retain there forever. So now see what happened, what he was doing as he was cutting out the clippings. So now the people, when they used to observe that he was simply sitting holding the newspapers and the pair of scissors in his hand, so they used to comment that he is doing nothing in the Gemini studio, simply he is taking his salary for doing nothing. It is likely that the boss thought likewise too. Now, who is the boss? Boss here refers to SS Vasan, as I told you. SS Vasan is the boss or the founder of the Gemini studio. So a single question, like it may come, and I have told you like in the beginning also of the session, like the lines may come from the textual, from the prose also. So if these lines may come, so you must be aware like who is referred to as boss. It may come in 1 mark question. So the boss here refers to SS Vasan, the founder of the Gemini studios. So he also thought in the same manner that the author Ashoka Mitran is not doing anything, he is simply sitting idle. And so anyone who felt I should be given some occupation would barge into my cubicle and deliver an extended lecture. Now the people, those who used to pass in front of the window of the author, they used to pop up into his room and they used to shout upon the author that he's not doing anything, he's simply taking his salary. So that is why he must be given some extra work also. So they used to enter and they wanted that he should be given some extra work so that he should also be more busy. Now, the boy in the makeup department had decided I should be enlightened on how great literary talent was being allowed to go waste in a department fit only for the barbers and perverts. Now, the boy in the makeup department, the boy here refers to the office boy, as I've told you. So, this is the office boy, and what he was doing. He was in the makeup department. So what he was, this question also may come in 1 mark, like who was the person who was jealous of the author. So this person, like he was very much jealous. So like he used to come into the room of the author and he wanted, and he had decided that I should be enlightened. Enlightened means like I should be given this much of knowledge, that this office boy is loaded with great literary talent, and now that is wasted, that is wasted in the makeup department. And simply what task he is given? He is given the task of applying or slapping the faces of the crowd with the potions and the lotions. So now he used to come and complain to the author in his cubicle that his talent is, wasted in this department, that he is not able to use his talent in a good manner. And so and being allowed to go waste in a department that is fit only the barbers and the perverts. And as he used to complain that he was working in the this makeup department, and makeup department is for the barbers. Barber is a person that, the person who cuts the hair, that very clearly. So this department is only for the barbers and the perverts, not suitable for the office boy. So he used to complain to the to this author. Soon I was praying for a crowd shooting all the time. So now, and nothing short of it could save me from his apex. Now, soon I was praying for crowd shooting all the time. I was praying for crowd shooting means what? This is a very important line, students. I want you all to pay your attention. So now, soon I was praying for crowd shooting means the author wanted that this office boy must never ever should be allowed to let free, so that he must not come into his cubicle in order to disturb him, in order to complain him that his talent is wasted. Fine. That is why the author, he wanted that he should be busy in doing the makeup of the crowd, and the crowd shooting must continue forever, so that this person will be very much engaged in that work, and he will not get any time to come to this place in order to complain upon the author. So now see, soon I was praying for crowd shooting all the time. Nothing short of it could save me from his epics. Epics, this is also in a sarcastic manner it is said. Epics here means it refers to the complaints. So now nothing short of it could save me from his epics means the person who was of complaining attitude, it is not possible. So now even though the crowd shooting was there and he was very busy in doing the makeup, but still he used to get time in order to come to his office, in order to come to his cubicle and complain about his talent that is wasted in the makeup department. In all instances of frustration, you will always find the anger directed towards a single person, openly or covertly, and this man of the makeup department was convinced that all his woes, ignominy, and neglect were due to Koth Mangalam Subbu. Now we are going to understand a very, very super duper important character of this lesson, and this is a very, very important. So that is why I want to mark this, put a star mark, and it must come, it will come in 6 marks, not a 2 marks question. It is a 6 marks question. I want everybody's attention in this answer. So now see what happened. In all instances of frustration, who is frustrated here? Office boy is the person who was frustrated. So why he was frustrated? Because as I've told you in the beginning, that his dream when he came into the Gemini studio, that he wanted to be a star actor, lyrics writer, director, and he was a bit of a poet, but that talent was wasted as he was given the responsibility of doing the makeup in the Gemini studio. Those students who have joined just now, they can locate the lines, page number 59 in the book Flamingo, and the last passage. So like in all instances of frustration, and in the book Flamingo, page number 59. So now in all the instances of frustration, you'll always find the anger directed towards a single person. Now who is this single person? This single person is Koth Mangalam Subbu. As I've said, this is a very, very important question. So like in a very openly and covertly means, like for example, when we have to say something to somebody, we speak in a very nice manner that you are not a good person. Na? In a very soft manner, we should say, so that the person should not be, feel bad also. In a very, diplomatic manner, we are supposed to deal in such a person, with such a person. But he is not like that. He had to say something to Koth Mangalam Subbu. So he used to show his frustration, sometimes very directly and sometimes covertly, sometimes in a hiding manner, but many times he used to say in a straightforward manner. And this man of the makeup department was convinced that all his woes means all his sufferings, and sufferings here means that not the physical suffering. Woes means that he is not able to utilize his talent, that is wasted, correct? So all his woes, ignominy, once again the same thing, that is the problems that he is facing. He is not given that much of respect that he deserve in the makeup department. So ignominy and neglect, obviously he is neglected now. As I've told you that he is not given that much of respect, he is not given that much of position also. So that is why he is neglected also. That is only and only because of Koth Mangalam Subbu. This is a super duper important character. Keep on underlining. Now we are going to study the information, details related to this person. Kothamangalam Subbu was the number two at Gemini Studio. For example, as we know, like our Prime Minister is Shri Narendra Modi ji. Fine. After that, the second very important person in this country is Amit Shah. Amit Shah is also super duper important. In the same manner, you can understand and you can relate it in a better way. Like in the Gemini Studio, also the first person is the founder, that is S.S. Vasan. And then the second very important character is Koth Mangalam Subbu. And that is why he was number two in the Gemini studio. He could not have had a more encouraging opening in films than our grown-up makeup boy had. Now, grown-up makeup boy here refers to the office boy who was in his early 40s. Fine. So he could not have had a more encouraging opening in films. Now see, Koth Mangalam Subbu, as he is number two, you can easily understand that he was given a good position in the Gemini studio. And he got a good opening also. Like when he was starting his career, like in the beginning of his career, he got a good opening in the Gemini studio as he was given number two position here. And as compared to office boy who was, neglected here. So now, on the contrary, he must have had to face more uncertain and difficult times. For, as I told you many times in the class also, in literature, for means because. So now for, when he began his career, there were no firmly established film producing companies or studios. So now see what happened, like when he joined the film industry, like Gemini studio that was in Chennai. So that was providing a good platform for all those people, those who have the talent of the poets, writers, directors, fine. So those who can help in the film making, those can join Gemini studio. And it was a very good platform also. So that is why he have had to face more. See, Gemini Studio gave him the good platform. Otherwise, he must have to face uncertain times also, problems also. Because when he began his career, there were no firmly established film producing companies or studios. So even in the matter of education, especially formal education, Subbu could not have had an appreciable lead over our boy. Now, if we talk about the education matters, for example, now Subbu was not having formal education higher than that of our office boy, right? office boy was much more educated formally, right? He was much more educated formally than Subbu. So even in the matter of education, especially formal education, that is degrees
Ma'am,
related to the right now,
ma'am,
we cannot. Yeah. Yes. Hello.
मैम गौतम मैम वो एक
Please,
पैराग्राफ ऊपर
wait, recording is going on. So like after 9:30, I'll give you just a chance. I'll give you the chance to speak and ask your inquiries, whatever doubts you have. Fine. I'll give you the instructions from tomorrow. So let me finish till 9:30. So now even in the matter of education, especially formal education, Subbu could not have had an appreciable lead over our boy. Appreciable lead means he was not having a, a good hand in a formal education. Means office boy was having higher education than Kothmangalam Subbu. And now, but by virtue of being born a Brahmin, a virtue indeed, he must have had exposure to more affluent situations and people. But he was getting one privilege. What was the privilege? That Kothmangalam Subbu, he was a South Indian Brahmin. So because of his caste, that is a virtue. Fine. Virtue means something good in a person. So now, because of this virtue that he was born in this Brahmin caste, so that is why he had an upper hand. He had an upper hand as compared to our office boy. So now a virtue indeed, and he must have had exposure to more affluent situations. Affluent situations means very good situations and people. So he was able to meet with great people, and he used to, connect with many people, and he used to have good position also. He had the ability to look cheerful at all times, even after having had a hand in a flop film. Now, this is also very important character related to this person. Like this person, Kothmangalam Subbu. A very important trait in his character is he's always cheerful. Means a smile is always there on his face. Whether the timing is negative or positive in his life, and whether something wrong is happening in his career or not, he's always maintaining that smile on his face. So he's always cheerful. And even after having had a hand in a flop film, once the this SS Vasan, he gave him a chance also for directing a film, but that film was a flop films. So even after having a hand in the flop film, still he maintained the cheerful look, the smile on his face. And so but his sense of loyalty made him identify himself with his principle completely and turn his entire creativity to his principle's advantage. Now see, principal here refers to SS Vasan, the founder of the Gemini Studio. So now see, another important characteristics of this person is he was loyal to his principal. Principal means SS Vasan. Loyalty is also very, very important characteristic. So we have studied that though his education was lesser than the office boy, but he was a Brahmin by caste. So that is why he had an upper hand in the Gemini Studio. He was number two in the Gemini Studio. He always maintained a smile and cheerful disposition at all times, in all circumstances. And the next thing is that though he was loyal also, very, very important aspect, he was honest to his master principal, that is SS Vasan. So now, but his sense of loyalty made him identify himself with his principal completely and turn his entire creativity to his principal's advantage. Means creativity means like whatever the skills he had, fine, whatever the skills he had, like in which he was master, he used all his skills in order to support his master, that is SS Vasan. Means like everything must reach to his master. That is why it is said that he was loyal to his master. So like I'm stopping here, I'm ending the session today here. Now I'm going to welcome like all your doubts